A small spatula measure of calcium hydroxide was mixed with 100 cubic centimeters of distilled water and left overnight so that the solution would become saturated. The saturated calcium hydroxide was filtered to remove undissolved solid. It is dangerous to pour directly from the large Winchester bottles. Always transfer some of the liquid into a cleaned and labelled beaker. The beaker should be cleaned with the solution which it is to contain. Don't obtain more liquid than you will need. You can always come back for more. The burette must be cleaned with the solution which it is to contain, in this case the hydrochloric acid. Do not pour the acid above your head. Lift the burette down and use a funnel to fill it. Open the tap above the sink to clean out the jet. Close the tap and invert the burette, rotating it and emptying the liquid so that it coats and cleans all of the surfaces. Open the tap to empty the jet. Close the tap and fill the burette with acid, taking care not to overfill it. Remember to remove the funnel. Open the tap fully to clear any air bubble in the jet. You do not need to start at 0 every time. The pipette must also be cleaned with the solution that it is to contain, in this case the saturated calcium hydroxide solution. It is easier to empty the pipette by removing the pipette filler. Again, ensure all of the surfaces of the pipette are washed and cleaned. The conical flask must be cleaned out with distilled water. Use a pipette filler to fill the pipette a little way above the mark. You will have more control if you remove the pipette filler and use your forefinger to control the flow of liquid from the pipette. Get on a level with the mark. Allow the liquid to drop until the bottom of the meniscus just touches the line. Empty the contents of the pipette into the conical flask. Do not be tempted to shake the last bit of liquid out of the pipette. Dip the pipette under the surface of the liquid and lift it out. Add 2 or 3 drops of methyl orange indicator. This will go yellow in the alkali. Make a note of the reading on the burette. A piece of white paper held behind the scale of the burette makes it easier to read. The alkali is now titrated. Use your dominant hand to swirl the flask briskly. Use your other hand to control the tap on the burette. Just before the end point, Use a wash bottle to wash down any traces of liquid on the side of the conical flask. The last part of the titration should be done drop by drop. The end point is the orange-red colour of the methyl orange in acid. Make a note of the final burette reading. The titration needs to be repeated until at least 2 results are obtained which differ by no more than 0.1 cubic centimetres.